Hey guys, it's Paul with this week's new comic reviews for the week of July 27th. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this week. I know 4 weeks in we're already breaking format, but we're going to be doing a couple of reviews because me and Jessica, or Jessica and I for the English people, are going to be reviewing The Killing Joke. So we're going to be going to the movies, we're going to watch it, and then we're going to do a review from the parking lot. From the perspective of someone who has not read The Killing Joke, which is Jessica, and someone who has read The Killing Joke, me. So we'll see how things go. First up, Civil War issue number 4. If you've been following along from our reviews, Civil War has been amazing. And this issue really revs everything up. We are now at the cataclysmic end. We are now seeing the giant fight that is going to be starting to go up. Tony Stark has a massive realization, and Carol just doesn't want to listen. Carol's perfectly fine with the status quo, and this is where the split happens. We thought last week it was going to start with the death of one of the major characters. If you haven't read that yet, seriously go on. I'm not going to try to ruin it for you, but we thought that was going to be the catalyst. It's not. This week, everything is split, and now we have clear lines on both sides. So we're definitely going to see how things go. These next couple issues are going to be awesome. So I highly suggest you pick up Civil War. All right, last review of the night. Titans issue number 1, not the rebirth. This is going to be the actual running issue. We are leaving off where Wally picked up. We're dealing with a truncated version of the Teen Titans. Some of your favorites, stuff like that. Donna is back. Nightwing is back. Arsenal is there. Omen, Aqualad. Anytime Aqualad had any words in the comic, I was playing them back as if Will Wheaton was saying them. It's a Teen Titans Go thing. Anyway, we're dealing with everybody trying to get Wally's missing years back, and Omen has finally been able to pull back some of it, but in doing so has created a new villain, someone who helped take away some of Wally's stuff. We have Abracadabra. Not too familiar with him, but the way they were building it up, he's actually a pretty decent guy. So we're going to see how that goes, and the art is beautiful. Booth is one of my favorite artists, so definitely I highly recommend picking this one up. You're not going to see some of the bigger guys like Cyborg, Raven, Beast Boy, or that. So this is kind of a different Titans, more along the 80s line of Titans. But if you like those, then you're going to love this book. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Paul and Jessica here. We just got out of The Killing Joke. There is a lot to unpack.
I want to go first.
So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into 2 reviews, basically. We're going to have a review for someone who hasn't watched The Killing Joke, and then someone who hasn't read The Killing Joke, and then someone who has read The Killing Joke. So go for it.
I'm going to go first. So as you guys know from last week, you know that I started with a comic last week with Batgirl, and that I kind of touched on The Killing Joke a little bit, and I'd kind of heard and known some things from Paul and just, from other things, but I'd never actually gone in and read it. And I must say that I loved this movie. I think that it was so much more than I expected it to be. I mean, there were some gruesome parts of it, there were some funny parts of it, there were some all-out not expected parts of it. There are some parts of it that leave you wondering, did the Joker do this? Did he do that? How did things kind of turn out at the very end? And I think that's kind of seems to be like, from what I got from Paul, it was kind of left that way in many people's mind in the actual comic. I would like to say that it definitely was something that I could have just kept watching and watching and watching. I wish that there was more, but I do understand that it was just like the one comic. I think that some of the people, everyone would enjoy this. If you're a Batman person and already know a lot about Batman, you're going to be proud to see this movie and know, that they did this justice. And then beyond that, and then if you have not seen or know anything about Batman and Joker, Barbara, Commissioner Gordon, anything about that, if you know very little, this is going to tell you so much. You're going to understand who Barbara is, why she's doing what she's doing, if you don't know Commissioner Gordon, which I feel like that's a hard one, you're gonna know how Joker kind of got to be so Jokerish, why he's dark in a sense, and he wasn't maybe not always that way. So I feel like it's going to tell you everything you need to know, and then the people that already love it, it's going to do you justice. You're going to be happy about this. I was happy about this. I know a decent amount about it. I didn't know about the Killing Joke in general, but I'm very proud of this, and I tell everyone to go see this movie. I was really excited about this movie, which I'm sure you guys could tell, but I'm gonna let Paul go, and then we'll go at it a little.
But yeah, as somebody who's read The Killing Joke, this is a phenomenal movie. The shout outs that they've done, basically, like they pulled whole clips of the comic right to you and brought them to life. Some of the most iconic scenes that you've ever seen in The Killing Joke were there. One of the hits that a lot of people are talking about is the first 20 minutes or so. Basically, what it is, and here's where you have problems with comic book adaptations. The Killing Joke is only one comic. It's a 44 page comic. So there's only so much you can do. So basically, what they did is they gave you a Batgirl backstory. Basically, the first 20 minutes is basically to get you to learn who Batgirl is, because they're assuming that a lot of people coming into this have no real concept of Batgirl. A lot of people were kind of down on that part because they feel that well, you know, spoilers. It's already been spoiled half a dozen times in articles. There's a sex scene between Batgirl and Batman.
Or is there?
Oh no, there is.
No, there is.
It doesn't get graphic, but it's there. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's like Batman raping his daughter. It's like, no, that stuff never happened. It's like, you have to understand, this is pulling from a universe that is apart from the rest of the comics. That's kind of how the Killing Joke was.
It's Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
The Killing Joke was a one-off. It was always meant to be a one-off. It was always meant to be its own story. So they're basically just pulling from a different universe. If you're a fan of the cartoon from the 90s, if you're a fan of the 1966 version of Batman, you know that there was always a complicated relationship between Batgirl and Batman, and it wasn't fatherly and daughterly. There really was an admiration there, and there was
like teacher-student.
Teacher-student is one way to do it, but there also was a romantic relationship there.
Right.
If you watched Batman Beyond, Commissioner Gordon, who in this case is Barbara Gordon, specifically says that they've had a romantic relationship. So this is basically that backstory. It fits in very well. It fits in very well with the Killing Joke. There might be some pacing issues that you might see some issues from between that story and the actual Killing Joke, because tonally they're very different. But the Killing Joke was just amazing.
It was amazing. I feel like I would also like to point out that if you have not watched the review from last week, it'd be a really good thing to jump back and watch my review on Batgirl, because it kind of also pulls in. I feel like so you should definitely kind of go back and watch that one as well before coming to maybe see this movie. And I feel like with Suicide Squad coming out, it gives you a background of Joker that you may not know. Even if you're a Batman fan, I mean, like I personally didn't know the in-depth.
Or does it? Now, see, here's the thing, and this is one of the controversies of Batman Killing Joke. This is a telling of Joker's background. We don't know if this was actually the real one.
Yeah.
This could have literally just been the Joker screwing with us the whole time. So we've never really known if this is actually the true origin of the Joker. But it's told in such detail that you almost want to believe that this is it. It was done so extremely well. There were so many things that did things justice. And if this was not Mark Hamill and Conroy doing this, I don't think this movie would have been as good as it was.
Wouldn't have been the same.
They played off each other so extremely well. It was so well done. If you're a fan of the 90s, you just get pulled back into your childhood just hearing the voices. And I suggest seeing it. I suggest balking all the negative reviews for saying this was an amazing movie. It was very well done. There might have been some pacing issues. There might have been some ideas that might have gone differently.
See, I
but
didn't really
overall,
feel that way. I didn't really feel there. I mean,
that's because you're coming. You're coming from a
non-biased.
You're coming
point
from
of view.
a pure.
Yeah. I'm
pure,
getting there.
like,
I'm getting there.
You're not
I only know the mainstream Batman.
You're not tainted by fanboys.
Yeah, exactly.
But I am a fanboy. I was coming in this with open eyes and kind of already knowing what to expect, and the movie didn't disappoint.
No.
Everything was done extremely well. The dialogue was pulled directly from the comics. There's a musical number in there.
The music is great.
That is pulled word for word from the comics.
The music makes you understand parts of things that you don't even need in the dialogue. It kind of like tells a story within itself. The music was done so well. It is very creepy in many parts. There's some, but I mean that's the Joker. That's the style of the Joker.
If you're creeped out by carnivals and side,
I don't like clowns,
this is
but
really
I was alright. Just gonna put that out there.
It's going to be creepy. Like
it is creepy,
this
but
is
that's
a very
what
creepy
makes it
thing.
great.
But that's what this Killing Joke
Yeah.
is. The Killing Joke is creepy.
And it leaves you wondering about a few different parts of it, which I think is great because it leaves your own mind to try to figure out. And I understand like the comic is like that, to try to make up your own story in your own mind to try to, put pieces together. So I would, like I said, I would tell everybody to go see it. I would actually like to have this one when it comes out on DVD.
It does come out next week, by the way.
Yeah.
I believe it's August 2nd. I think that's what Amazon told me. So August 2nd, this will come out. I suggest seeing it. I really hope it also has little featurettes that we got to see
Stay
in
for
this
the
movie.
credits after. Stay.
Oh yeah, there's even a stinger.
Stay. Just stay. That's
So
all.
overall, I say, as a Batman fan, as a person who has read The Killing Joke, watch this movie. Stop listening to everybody that's going to give you a review and say this is a bad thing.
What would you give it as a person? Like a 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 3
I would
out
say
of 5?
4 out of 5. I
Okay.
mean, there, like I said, my only knock on it is between the Batgirl and the actual Killing Joke storyline, there's some pacing issues.
The beginning of it, okay.
The pacing is very different from that. It's not the Batgirl story isn't nearly as dark as the Killing Joke, so it is a little bit of a jarring juxtaposition.
Yeah.
But overall, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I think as a person that has never read it but knows the background of it, I really enjoyed it to about a 5 out of 5. Like I wanted to see so much more when it was done. I was like, that was it. Like that. Well, without giving too much away, there could have been so much more. I hope that they actually take this and kind of like grow in it, maybe make more out of it, which I understand. Like it comes from the comic, but
Yep, they never did.
yeah,
1986.
but you never know how they do it nowadays. You know what I
True.
mean? Movie-wise, because they
with Rebirth and everything like that, there's definite
possible.
possibilities
But
to build on this story. Even though because now it's canon. If you've read, or watched our review last week, and watched Batgirl and the Birds of Prey #1, this is canon now. Killing Joke happened. It actually happened, and it happened to Barbara. So I would suggest definitely coming out and seeing this. Well, actually, you know what? No. My mistake.
You can't come out and see it
buy
anymore.
this because today was the last day. It's no longer going to be in theaters, but buy it next week. This is definitely something you should be watching, and
it's a good classic. I feel like
this is destined to be a classic.
Yeah. So get out there and get it.
Thematically, it was so well done. It was so well drawn, and yeah,
All right,
see
guys.
this movie.
Get out and get it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you for watching tonight. I hope that you really enjoyed our first time of reviewing the movie The Killing Joke. If you are a fan of our reviewing The Killing Joke, I just want to let you guys know that if you see behind me, this will probably be the next one that we're going to get to review. I just again want to say thank you for checking in with the comments. Leave any comments that you have, and we appreciate you guys so much. Subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, and please share, and we'll see you guys back next week. Thanks, guys.